Good morning. Woohoo! Happy Monday. Yay. CrossFit crowd. Excellent. So great to see you this morning. So, a lot of extra sitting we've all been doing in the past few weeks, and that definitely takes its toll. So we are going to undo some of that damage. I've got some Mom, hi Mom. I've got some great ways to undo some of that tightness, to undo some of that tension, and hopefully make what sitting we have to do a little bit easier on the body. So take a minute, set up your mat, set up your music, have your coffee close at hand, whatever you need to do to get yourself ready, and we will start where we always start, in a seated position, and we'll do some nice deep breaths and get into those stretches. It's going to feel really good today. A couple sips of coffee before we start. It's not as cold this morning. It's in the upper 40s instead of the upper 30s, so I'll take it. All right, so find your comfortable seated position, whatever it's looking like for you today. And remember that if things are feeling a little tight in the center of your body, roll up your mat or get a firm pillow or a book or something and sit on that. It just lifts you up a little bit, makes this seated position just a little bit easier. And when you're ready, all you gotta do is close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Get out the wiggles. Make those little adjustments. And you don't yet have to do anything with those deep breaths. Just notice what moves. Let's give those deep breaths a little more room. Inhale and reach up. Lift up, get tall. Stay tall, exhale. Hands back in your lap. Let's do another one like that. Inhale, reach up, lift up, get tall. Ribs away from hips. Staying tall, exhale. Now focus your attention on every one of those deep breaths in and make them a little slower. Take your time. Let everything expand as you inhale. and open your eyes. Let's take those deep breaths and we're going to move them around. Take a deep breath in, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, bow forward. Coming forward just as far as you feel comfortable. And if it feels okay on your neck, you can relax those muscles, just let your head hang. And you're going to focus on breathing across your back. Every time you inhale, feel your back widen. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall, stay tall, exhale and twist. Just a gentle twist and focus on those deep breaths right in the center of your body. Feel how your abdomen expands as you inhale. Inhale up. Exhale, twist the other way. Feeling your abdomen expand as you breathe. Inhale up, reach up, exhale over to one side. Just as far as you feel comfortable going, that top shoulder is going to roll back, top arm reaches over, and you want to feel that rib cage expand up towards the ceiling as you inhale. And you're always expanding all the way around as you breathe. We're just using these stretches to be a little more aware of it. Also, these stretches feel really nice. Keep reaching, keep breathing. We're going to roll that shoulder down towards the floor. Keep reaching. Feel that stretch move into your back and let your breath follow it. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall, exhale over to the other side. Top shoulder rolls back, top arm reaches over, feeling those deep breaths right up in your rib cage. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Roll that shoulder down towards the floor. Feel that stretch move into your back. And let your breath follow it. And inhale up. Reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, reaching forward, rounding back. Inhale, open, breathing right into your chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, arms reach up, lift up, get tall. And exhale, hands back into your lap. And now take those same deep breaths and feel everything expand at once. There's some serious power in a deep breath. I do a lot of work with heart rate monitors and training to heart rate zones, and a deep breath will recover your heart rate down so fast. So anytime you feel it speeding up for whatever reason, just take a moment, take one of those deep breaths, and you'll be amazed at the effect it has. Let's come on up to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Put your fingertips, then that first big set of knuckles, then your palms down, so you don't have so much weight jamming down into your wrists. But if you do feel a little tender on those wrists, move your hands forward or balance yourself up on your knuckles. Now, because we're working on undoing some of that damage we do to ourselves by sitting, we're going to start with the core, and we are definitely starting with that extreme exhale. So let's get to it. If you already know what you're doing, go ahead and get started. We're all working at our own pace, and if you're not sure, I'll talk you through it. So it starts out with a big forceful exhale, and you'll already feel that engaging your abdominal muscles. But then resist the temptation to breathe in, and instead keep pushing out those last little shreds of air, like you're trying to completely empty your lungs. And then when you can't push anymore, then you just relax. Just relax and allow a huge breath to come in almost without any work at all. But you got to work on that exhale. That's first. We're going to do a bunch of these, everybody working at their own pace. Keep it going, and my challenge to you is when you do your exhale, resist the temptation to flex through your spine. Instead, imagine your spine getting longer as you exhale. Everyone do one more. And when you're done, sit back and let's take a wrist break. So that's waking up your transverse abdominis, your deepest muscle in your deepest of your abdominal muscles, and one that has the main job of really supporting your spine. So whenever you've been sitting for a little while, just every so often check in, and all you have to do is just a little strong exhale like that, and you'll feel those muscles tighten back up. And when you do that, see if you can be like, oh yeah, there they are. And then keep them engaged as you're sitting. They tend to get weak when we sit because we just sort of shut everything off. So that little burst of air to wake them back up every so often while you're sitting and working. All right, come on back up to all fours, and we're gonna get those shoulders moving. So keeping your abs in nice and tight, spine neutral, hips neutral. We start with protract and retract. Separate your shoulder blades, and then squeeze them together. Resisting the temptation to flex your spine, especially when you're doing protract, and resisting the temptation to flex your hips when you're doing retract. So keep everything neutral, just those shoulder blades moving. In addition to feeling kind of nice, what this is doing is giving you a little extra awareness of what it feels like for your shoulders to be in different positions. Protract and retract. And feel the muscles that are working to put you in each one of these positions. And then come back to center, and we'll do elevate up towards your ears and depress back towards your hips. Only thing that's moving is those shoulder blades sliding up and down your rib cage. And then come back to center, sit back and take another wrist break. So a lot of times when we sit, we end up protracting those shoulders, sometimes elevating too. And so if you find yourself, if you've been sitting for a while and you kind of notice, oh, I got this round thing happening, then all you gotta do is think, oh, wait, I know this one, retract and depress, and then, oh, and all of a sudden you have beautiful posture again, and your back will thank you. All right, let's get back to all fours. Now we're gonna combine it all. Combining those shoulder movements, we're gonna let that spine move around, we're gonna let our hips move around into cat and cow. So let's retract and depress, tilt those hips, scoop your chest, look up into cow, and then protract and elevate, tuck and round into cat. Inhale, retract, depress, tilt, look up. Exhale, protract, elevate, tuck and round. Keep that going at your own pace. Follow your own breathing. Couple more deep breaths in, and when you're ready, just exhale back into neutral spine. So cat and cow is actually a nice thing to do on a desk break. Go ahead and sit back on your heels. Let's do a wrist break for now. When you are sitting, especially when you're looking at a screen, because it's two-dimensional and because you're so absorbed in what you're doing, especially if what you're doing is teaching another person on that screen, if you're teaching your lessons, or you're teaching your classes, you're having a meeting, it's easy to lose your sense of awareness of where you are, and you lose your sense of awareness of where your body is. So it's so important, like set a little timer to go off every 20-30 minutes or so, and when that timer goes off, get back up, get away from the screen, get back into your body, and that will go so far, not only to making you feel better physically, but it keeps your focus going. It keeps your mental endurance going. And cat and cow is a nice way to just get everything moving again through your back. Little desk break. Come on back to all fours, and we're going to do a little thread the needle. We're going to get a twist going through that thoracic spine. Take that left arm, you're going to reach it along the floor, underneath your right arm, bringing your left shoulder down to the floor. And then flip that left hand palm up. Let your head rest on the floor too. That right hand, if you want to make this twist a little deeper, you can push against the floor to push that right shoulder back. You're getting a little deeper twist. And what you want to think of is keeping your hips reaching back evenly. So don't twist so far that that right hip wants to come around. Keep your hips reaching back evenly and keep this twist up in that thoracic spine. Couple deep breaths, of course. And then press yourself up and out. And we're going to reach that right arm underneath the left. Shoulder on the floor, head on the floor. And if you want to, you can press that left hand into the floor, pushing that shoulder back, feeling your hips reach back evenly. Ooh, got a nice little pop. And press yourself back up. Ooh, right. Now we're going to take that little twist and we're going to move it. So reach your right hand under and you're going to tap your shoulder blade and then you're going to reach out and up. Reach under and reach up. Pushing the floor away with that left arm. Reach under and reach up. Feeling your right shoulder blade squeeze towards your left. Reach under and reach up. Reach under and reach up. Couple more. Reach under, reach up. Reach under, reach up. Last one. Reach under and reach up. Now bring that right hand down and reach your left arm under, tap your shoulder blade, and reach up. Reach under and reach up. Push the floor away with your right arm. Reach under and reach up. Feel your left shoulder squeeze towards your right. Reach under and reach up. Reach under and reach up. And just like with that last twist, reaching under, reaching up, you want your hips to be reaching back evenly. So try and keep your hips square. You got one more. Reach under and reach up. Hands back down. All right. Move your hands forward just a tiny bit. Fingertips down, knuckles down, then those palms. Tuck your knees underneath your hips, turn your toes under, take a nice deep breath in. We're going back into down dog. Push and pull. Up and back. Oh boy. Got some tight hammies. So we're going to start by walking this dog. Press one heel down, pull the other knee in. Starting by keeping your hips square so that we're focusing this stretch on calves and hamstrings. And then start to let your hips move up and down, side to side. And you'll feel that stretch move around. And don't worry so much if you can't get your legs straight, that's okay. What we're really doing right here is just moving through those joints. Toes, ankles, knees, and hips. And take that stretch wherever you need it the most.
then even yourself up, bend both knees evenly coming up onto the balls of your feet, and scoop your tailbone towards the ceiling. You might not see a scoop, that's okay. You're just gonna feel a scoop. Feel that scoop, and then start to press your knees back and your heels down. All we're really doing with that scoop is giving your hamstrings a little extra love. And then walk your feet up to your hands. Woo! Take a nice deep breath in, coming all the way up. Mountain pose. All right. First things first, find your feet and balance your weight evenly, front to back, side to side. And your feet can be together or hip distance or anywhere in between, whatever's feeling good. Shake those shoulders back and down. And then just take some deep breaths, breathing in up the front of your body, lifting up on quads, belly button in and up, sternum lifts up, crown of your head lifts up, and you're breathing out down the back of your body. Your shoulders go back and down, tailbone points down towards the floor. We're just going to take some deep breaths now. Inhale and reach your arms up. Get tall. Staying tall, exhale, right back down into mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Another good set of desk breaks right here. Inhale up. And exhale down. Let's add on. Inhale up. Now we're going to swan dive down. Hinge at your hips, keeping that back long and flat. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Let's get ourselves into a forward fold. And you can bend your knees. Like I said, bend your knees as much as you need to get your stomach on your thighs, your chest down towards your knees. And then once you get there, you're going to tuck your cheeks in towards your shins. Reach the crown of your head down towards the tops of your feet. And really, you're just, that extra chin tuck is just to get an extra stretch going down the back of your body. Now inhale into a half lift, pulling your chest away from your knees. Knees stay bent. You're just reaching the crown of your head forward, reaching your tailbone back, and then release back down into your forward fold, curling everything in. Bend your knees, get that long flat back, inhale, and reverse swan dive. All the way up, reach up at the top, and exhale, mountain pose. Inhale up, exhale, swan dive down, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up, reach up at the top, exhale, mountain. Take a couple deep breaths. Now, everybody's going to look a little different doing this. That is A-okay. So your forward fold, you might feel comfortable like right about here. Your half lift might be here. That's great. You do you. Meet your body where it is today. You don't have to be all the way down with your hands on the floor and your face on your knees to feel a nice stretch in your forward fold. You do you. So here we go. Inhale, up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, take it down into a forward fold. Nice and round, you're tucking everything in. Inhale, half lift, just lengthening through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. And then lengthen that spine again as you come up. Inhale, reverse swan dive. reach up, and exhale. Let's do a few more just like that. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. Exhale, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. Exhale, mountain pose. Let's do it one more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Reach all the way back up. Exhale, mountain pose. Nice deep breaths. That little set of moves is a really great desk break too. And desk breaks don't have to be a ton of time. You don't have to take 20 minutes away from your desk. Just a couple minutes. 90 seconds of moving will change your life. All right, we're gonna add on. Let's take a deep breath in, reach up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift, nice deep breath, and then bring your hands down to the floor right underneath your shoulders. We're gonna step it back into plank. Take your time getting back here. Do what you gotta do. And on this plank, couple things to focus on. You want your hands right underneath your shoulders. You want to be pushing the floor away a little bit. There's a slight protraction there. And you are tucking ribs and hips together. Imagine that you are trying to use your abs to pull your toes towards your hands. That really engages those abdominal muscles. From here we exhale into chaturanga, elbows straight back, chest and chin hover above the floor. Now don't worry if you just belly flopped. I got options for you. Inhale, let's scoop forward and up into up dog. Just watch out for those shoulders. Don't let them collapse this way. Retract, depress. Turn your toes under and we push and pull back into down dog. Inhale back into plank. And this one, absolutely 100% can be done on your knees. Exhaling into chaturanga, same thing, down on your knees. Instead of that full-on up dog, you can do baby cobra, leaving your rib cage on the floor. Instead of down dog, you can do child pose. All of those are easier on your wrists, elbows, shoulders, and lower back. Take any of those modifications anytime you need them. Let's go through that a couple more times. Inhale, plank on your knees or on your toes. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or toes. Inhale, scoop it up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pull back, down dog or child pose. Inhale, plank, knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or toes. Inhale, scoop it up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pull it back, down dog or child pose. Now inhale, feet to hands, coming into a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, coming all the way up, reach up at the top, and exhale, mountain pose. Let's flow it again. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, half lift, hands down, step back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog or child pose. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up, reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. Let's do it one more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, sit back plank. Go through your vinyasa. Inhale, feet to hands. Half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up, reach up at the top. And exhale. Mountain pose. All right. We're going to add on a couple nice stretches. We're going to get into a couple of hip openers, a little different than the hip openers we did last week. But hips get really tight when we sit. And those tight hips cause so many other issues in your body. Why? Because they're right in the middle. And so tightness radiates up, and it radiates down, and it radiates back. Ooh, so we're going to open up those hips. First though, nice deep breath in, reach up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift, nice deep breath. Hands down, step back plank, go through your vinyasa. All right, from this down dog, we're going to step that right foot forward, all the way up between your hands. Now the difference is that we're going to be in a 90-degree angle lunge. So it's a different lunge than the previous one where we were pulling that right knee back. So right knee is down, left knee is over your left ankle, right knee is underneath your right hip. And you can put your hands on your leg for balance or whatever's working for you. Now you might already feel a nice stretch going through this hip, but we're going to make it deeper. And the way we're going to do that is number one with our glutes. So I want you to imagine that you're going to take that tailbone and tuck it under. And just that move all by itself is going to open up that left hip. You're going to feel that. And then sternum lifts up. Shoulders are back and down. Sternum is lifting. So your whole spine is getting longer. Tucking that tailbone under to open up the hip and lifting through the front of your body to open that hip. If you want to make it a little deeper, you can reach that left arm up, bicep by your ear, start to roll that shoulder back. Keep taking those deep breaths. Now, if you're feeling a little wobbly, you might not want to reach your arm up, but whatever is working for you, the most important thing is squeezing through your glutes and tucking that tailbone under, because that just makes such a huge difference on this stretch. Now release that down. Inhale your right foot back. And then inhale your left foot back, come back into plank and going through your vinyasa. And from down dog, we step that left foot forward. Coming into that 90-degree angle. Knee over ankle on the left side, knee under hip on the right side. And then first step is to think of tucking that tailbone under, squeezing your glutes, tucking that tailbone under. And then think of lifting through the front of your body, your sternum up nice and tall. Sternum, not shoulders, sternum. So the whole front of your body is lifting up as you're tucking under. And then if you're feeling wobbly, maybe don't lift your arm up, but if it's feeling pretty good, you're feeling pretty stable, try reaching that right arm up, bicep by your ear, and just let that lift and lengthen everything else. Keep squeezing through your glutes, tucking that tailbone under, pushing that hip forward a little bit. And you'll feel that stretch go down into your quads too. Keep breathing. Hands down, step back plank, nice deep breath in. And go through your vinyasa. Alrighty. We're going to do the calf stretch that we did last week. So bring your right foot forward halfway between your foot and your hand and crouch down over that right leg. And then take your whole upper body and lean it on that right leg. Leaning forward until you feel that right heel start to pull up off the floor, and then sit back into it, getting that soleus stretch. And then if you want to, you can go just slightly side to side as if you're pointing your knee over your big toe and then your little toe. It's just a little move. Feeling that stretch go up the back of your ankle. And then hands down. Let's go through that vinyasa again. Inhale into plank. And from down dog, left foot comes halfway up. You're going to crouch down over that left leg. Bring your whole upper body over your left leg. Shifting just a little bit until you feel that heel start to come up off the floor. And then sink it back down. And you can move that stretch around if you want. Little tiny side to side. And bring your hand down, inhale back into that plank, and go through your vinyasa. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up, reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. All right. So the reason I wanted to make sure we got that calf stretch is because we are going to go into a low squat. This is one of the best things that you can do for your body. So feet are going to be, I'm going to show you this from a couple of different angles. Feet are going to be a little wider than your hips. Toes are going to point out a little bit. And you just sit down. Now, a couple things. Check in with your ankles, because even though we did that soleus stretch, if your ankles are pretty tight, you might feel like you can't put your heels on the floor. And if you're feeling that, that's okay. If you've got your mat next to you, you can just roll it up. You give yourself a little platform. Put your heels on that, and then you'll feel like you can sit back without falling backwards, or like a couple of books or whatever you need to see if you can get those heels down to the floor. And then the other thing that can happen is you end up kind of round. So as much as you can, really get your upper body up nice and tall. And I promise you're going to feel this in your ankles and your knees and your hips. You're just going to feel this. So just kind of hang out there and find your low squat. Take whatever time you need. If you need to stand up and take a break and shake it out, absolutely. Do it to it. A couple things to watch out for also on your feet is, are you dipping down? Are your feet kind of caving in towards the inside of your foot? If you're feeling that, get your weight balanced out along the outside a little bit more. So if you can get your elbows between your knees, you can even push those knees out a little bit. You got lots of options on this squat. If you're new to the low squat, it's going to be uncomfortable. So just kind of live in that discomfort just for as long as you feel like you can. And like I said, take as many breaks as you need to, stand up and shake it out. Because we're going to take this low squat and we're going to move it around. Oh boy, oh yeah. I'm going to turn around, you stay there. I'm turning around because I can't mirror this and cue it at the same time. So, low squat. Then, we're going to twist to the right and drop our knees down. So you want your right foot on the inside of your left thigh, that right knee, the outside of your right knee is down. Little hurdler stretch. Okay? No problem. Now, we're going to get back into our low squat, but we're going to try not to move those feet around too much. So bring your hands down to the floor, let your arms help you out, and you're going to come back up to your low squat. And then we're going to twist to the left and do that hurdler stretch on the left. Left foot is on the inside of your right thigh. Outside of your left knee is down on the floor. So let's just do that a few times, just that side to side move. Low squat and to the right. Low squat and to the left. And you just go at your own pace. And what you are looking for is a place for your feet where they don't have to move. You're just starting in your low squat and then they just kind of tip side to side. So I'm going to turn around, I'm going to show you what that looks like from the front. My feet are not moving. They're just tipping side to side. Now, if you are feeling your ankles, your knees a little too much, weird twinges, old injuries, anything like that, then you're going to do windshield wipers. You're going to keep your feet flat on the floor, support yourself with your hands, and you're just going to tilt those knees side to side. Because the whole point of this is putting your knees, ankles, and hips deep into flexion and then moving around them. But we want to go for a little discomfort, not for pain. So if you're feeling pain in your joints when going through the low squat, then do these windshield wipers. Really great option. We're just going to keep this going a little bit. Now this is a desk break. And in fact, if you can just spend a minute or two every day in a low squat position, your joints are going to thank you for it. So even yourself out. After going side to side a few times, even yourself out, come back to that low squat. You can get your elbows between your knees. You can press out, bring your hands into prayer, lift that sternum up. It's just a little extra. And then, straighten your legs out and shake them out. That is the opening, that little move we just did, that side to side twist through the low squat, is the opening to a much longer flow called forest flow, which we might get to. But first, we're going to do just a couple more things. We're going to do our hollow pose, because one of the things that gets really weak when we sit are those abdominal muscles. So we're going to get into our hollow pose, wake it up, and we're going to alternate our hollow pose with our crab pose. Because of course one of the other things that gets weak when we sit, set up our back. Alright, so let's start with hollow. Coming down, knees are over hips, and you got a 90-degree angle, bend here. And go ahead and grab behind your knees to kind of help you scoop those shoulder blades up off the floor. Now remember your chin tuck. It's very particular. Head goes back, chin tucks down. So it's like you're trying to put your chin in that divot created by your collarbones. Now you can stay right here and focus on hips and ribs squeezing towards one another in the center of your body. Feel that pressure, that lower back pressing down into the floor. If that feels okay, you can roll those shoulders back and down, reach your arms down by your sides. You want to really reach your arms down, feel that extra squeeze through your obliques. Whew. Then you just hold it, just hard enough. And then we're going to rock and roll up. And from there, we're going to go into our crab pose. Hands go back behind you. Elbows are extended. Feet are about hip distance, flat on the floor. And shoulders retract and depress. And you're pushing your sternum up. So we've got this nice thoracic arch happening. You're getting a stretch across your chest and your shoulders, which get tight when you sit. And you're getting that strength in the upper back, which gets weak when you sit. So this is half crab. This is a great place to be. If you want to add on, you can do full crab, pushing the floor away, squeezing your glutes, and lifting your hips. The key to this one is not letting your shoulders come together in front. Keep them squeezing together behind you, and you're going for eventually a long line between your shoulders and your knees. Big glute squeeze here. And then bring it back down, and we're going to go back into hollow. So rock it back into hollow. Find your hollow pose, hands behind your knees if you need it. Also, if this chin tuck is a little, if it's creating a little too much tension for you, it is a different set of muscles we're working here. Then you can also bring your fingers right behind your head. But remember, you're tucking your chin towards your collarbones. Keep breathing. And then rock and roll up. And let's get into that half crab. And if you like half crab and that's working for you, you can stay right there. Or if you want, go into full crab. Working your glutes is an important part of all this too, because your glutes will get weak when you sit. And if your hips are tight and your glutes are weak, then those two are kind of creating this spiral effect of bad posture. And then bring it back down. Let's get back into that hollow pose. So this chin tuck where your head goes back and then your chin goes down is working a special set of muscles that helps to keep your head from that chin jutting head forward position that is so common when we sit. So head back, chin tucks down, your eyes are on your sternum. Now let's rock and roll it one more time. Up into crab pose. Shoulders back and down. Chest up nice and tall. You can stay right here in half crab. Or if you like, pop it on up to full crab. Either way, you're pushing the floor away with those hands. Arms, shoulders back and down. Sternum is up tall. Breathing deeply. And bring it back down. Shake it out. One more. Go ahead and lie back. We're going to go into reclined pigeon. Cross your right ankle over your left knee and just pull it all in. Oh my goodness, that's good stuff right there. So all of these things that we've done are things that can help you ease some of the pain that comes from sitting, loosen up some of the tension that comes from sitting, and strengthen some of the weaknesses that we get from sitting. Let's switch. Most important thing you can do is take desk breaks and just get up and move around. Get back into your space, get back into your body, get out of that computer screen, that two-dimensional world, and get yourself moving again. It's not just good for your body, it's good for your brain too. That's good. Let's rock and roll up. Come on back into that seated position. So here we are, folks. It's week 2 quarantine yoga. I hope you are enjoying these classes, and I'll be here 6 a.m. until this thing is done. Take a nice deep breath in, reach up, palms touch, exhale your hands down, heart center. Thank you so much for joining me, whether you're here with me live right now or you're here with me a little later in the day. And I'll see you tomorrow for more. Namaste. Everyone take care, be well.